They're mounting questions about how an illegal immigrant who has faced criminal charges and deportation orders was able to serve as a Baltimore City principal and most recently as the head of Iowa's largest school district. ICE agents arrested Ian Roberts of Guyana on Friday after they say that he took off in his car, dumped it, and then ran into a wooded area.
Chesley Major.
Breaking news, Des Moines Public School Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts has been detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
It's hard to believe. Des Moines Schools Superintendent arrested by ICE.
Protesters rallied outside of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration offices in Des Moines Friday, stunned by the arrest of Public School Superintendent Ian Roberts.
Tried to stop him in his school vehicle. He fled law enforcement at that point. They later found the abandoned vehicle, and they found inside that vehicle a handgun, which was loaded, they said, along with cash and some other items.
Roberts from Des Moines is being held here in Woodbury County. Details in our top story tonight at 10 o'clock. The Woodbury County Jail log shows Ian Roberts was booked earlier this evening on a foreign warrant. The Iowa Department of Public Safety says officers responded to a mutual aid request at around 9 o'clock this morning from Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Authorities say that they performed a traffic stop where Roberts identified himself and then sped away and abandoned his vehicle near a wooded area. A short time later, he was taken into ICE custody.
Homeland Security saying Roberts is a criminal illegal alien from Guyana. He entered the U.S. on a student visa back in 1999 and given his final order of removal in May of 2024. Roberts has been serving as superintendent of the Des Moines Public School District since 2023.
Protesters rallied outside of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration offices in Des Moines Friday, stunned by the arrest of Public School Superintendent Ian Roberts, an immigrant from Guyana.
DHS says that when Dr. Roberts was arrested, that he did not have work authorization and that he was in the country illegally. When the district hired Roberts in 2023, was it the district's impression that he did have work authorization, and what was his immigration status at that time?
This is all new information, and we are seeking the facts just like everybody else is. When the superintendent was hired, I was not board chair, but we retained a search firm, did the background check, just like the state of Iowa and Governor Reynolds and the Board of Educational Examiners did their license check. And so we followed all of the proper procedures, and now we have to wait for the facts to unfold.
Well, now questions are mounting about how he was able to work for years without authorization.
So when they enter this individual's information into their system in order to get paid, to pay taxes and the like, all sorts of red flags should have been prompted there. The question is, did he provide a fraudulent social security number and was operating as someone else?
Tonight, Fox 45 sending questions to city schools asking, what documents did BCPS require to verify Roberts' work eligibility? And was he legally employed while at the district? A spokesperson only willing to confirm he spent nearly 8 years with the school system. Meanwhile, questions now spanning beyond the classroom.
The state record suggests the non-citizen may have been registered to vote.
In Maryland, you can look up anyone's voter registration information online. And tonight we're learning Ian Roberts appears to be listed despite his immigration status.
The same birthday and Maryland address attached to this traffic citation Roberts received in Iowa, matching this Maryland voter registration, publicly available on the state's website.
Well, they always say this never happens, and then it happens.
Delegate Matt Morgan says non-citizens voting in Maryland elections has long worried Republican lawmakers.
The state board election really never cleans its voter rolls. So there could be thousands of people on here. We have no idea.
Following a state audit in 2023, finding over 2,400 potentially deceased voters. Tonight, Fox 45 sending questions to the State Board of Elections asking if Roberts was registered, what the verification process is to ensure only U.S. citizens can vote, and what safeguards are in place to detect and remove non-citizens on the rolls. So far, No response.
We will today be sending a letter to the Des Moines School Board, authorized by Dr. Roberts, to resign his position as the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools. That is going to go out. It's been authorized.
This story just gets weird about a moment. I don't know if you heard about it, but Ian Roberts, Guyanese superintendent, taken into custody by ICE. Been in the country since 1999, over 20 years. He was ordered to be removed from the country in 2024, not by Trump, but by the Biden administration. Mr. Roberts decided, shit, catch me if you can, like the gingerbread man. I'd be damned if I go back to my old land. No, sir. You know he a track star. He did the Carl Lewis on him. Instead of turning himself in to be removed, Ian decided to go on the lam. Since he didn't turn himself in and had that hanging over his head, now it's caught up to him. It's something about life. It has its way of showing up and showing out on you. Ian was making $300,000 a year as superintendent of Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah, not principal, not assistant principal, but superintendent. Yeah, big bag. Can't forget, it's also been reported that Ian was registered to vote. Been in the country for over 20 years. He also left the country to go run track for Guyana. He wanted to go serve his country while getting the best of this country. He was getting paid in America, but his allegiance was to his homeland, Guyana. Ian caught a gun charge in Pennsylvania for having a loaded hunting rifle. So he was able to obtain a job as superintendent and as a teacher on the school board while having a firearm charge. That firearm charge is what's going to get him kicked out of the country. He had some minor tickets. Those don't matter. It's the charge that he caught for the rifle. That's going to stick him in the ass because the Biden administration, they're the ones that put a removal out for him. It wasn't the Trump administration. They're just making good on the order of removal that he already had in his name. They was already looking for him. He was already on the run, basically. Allegedly, he claimed to be a U.S. citizen on some of those applications. At the same time, wanted by DHS, wanted by ICE. He had another firearm on him. That's another charge. A knife and $3,000. I think he was on his way out the country, back to Guyana, where he's from. Ian thought he had done tethered his way into the United States, and he was here to stay. But one thing too for sure, and now he know, is that them folks, when they finish with their tools, they always break them. And you just got broke, homie. Shouts out to Professor Black Truth for that one. Man, I tell you, them tethers and the folks are getting their ass handed to them left and right. But anyways, let me know what you think about Mr. Ian Roberts, superintendent of Des Moines, Iowa. Just got caught up by ICE, took into custody, and he's being detained. Let me know what you think about this situation. Leave a comment. Let me know. Should he stay? Should he go? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, you already know what I think. I think his ass should go. He's overstayed his welcome, and it's time to hit the dough. Everybody talking about FBA had something to worry about when Trump got into the office. But hell, I haven't seen one FBA get deported yet. I stated this before, and I'm going to state it again because I stand on it. We built this country. This is our country. We can't be deported. Sorry, not sorry. Can't say the same for everyone else. That part. But that's all I got, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. You can also support the channel by clicking that like button. Thanks for all that you do. See you on the next one. Peace. Who that is? Chesley Major. Chesley Major.
Chesley Major. Chesley Major. Chesley Major.
Chesley Major. Chesley Major.